Hello there and welcome. I'm Kate in the Nest, and I'm hoping you can stay with me as we have a little stitch along today. I'm hoping you're well, and as I said, when I say stitch along, that means I really don't have a lot of plans, but I'm glad that you're with me, and by talking to you, I'm sure some things will emerge. So hopefully you've got a cuppa, a drink of choice, whatever time of the day, some stitching or crocheting or making to do. I want to come back to this idea that we continually evolve our work. I love, that if you've been with me for a while, I love the notion of story, that when we put so much time into a piece, it reflects who we are and where we are at that time. So today I have the table runner that I made with Rachel and Sarah at the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery workshop this time last year. I cannot believe it. I just looked at last year's dates and I thought, oh wow. And I at the time I said that this would come out for family occasions, which it did at Christmas and at Easter. And now I'm going to take it with me again. And we decided that this would stand for, these beautiful initials would stand for the generations of my family name, which starts with C. So when I got it out again, and let's say hello to the birdie that I filled up with some threads. Just think that is the sweetest. And thank you, Judy and Sarah Tovey, for that, because it's in my nest, or it's dangerous. I won't put it up there, everyone, because it'll just come down. Okay, so the story of this table runner, I think I have it, still on a playlist somewhere, is that we were provided with this amazing kit of Italian hemp, and I had to put a little bit of blanket in mine. It's backed with a tablecloth that I had, and I embellished the ends. And this was the sort of work that I was doing this time last year. Now, if you've seen me recently, this explosion of color is a long way from that. But it doesn't mean that that is the only side of me. And when you make pieces, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Like, you are in the piece at the moment, at the time. So I still adore this piece. It's a real collection of beautiful vintage pieces, as well as little bits of stories. Like I added these after going to New Zealand in April, because I remember the exact piece that came off. I did have a blue bow here, and this might be looking a bit messy because I unpicked it before I started filming, because it was the only bit of blue and it was jarring my eye. The other thing I would say that at this point is not working for me is the whiteness of this placemat. I love the shape, I love the leaves, but it's too jarring. So since I've done this piece, I've learned about using gouache to color, but I've also extended my work into more dimensional pieces. So I think we can, I can find something. So that was one. I feel there's too much white. I probably didn't have a strong sense of color as much as I do now. So there's lots of bits, but it probably is lacking some of my favorite colors. And we won't have a guessing competition. So just before I started filming, I went over to my little pile that is a messy pile, and I found that I had that. That's really, it's on the sofa. So you know what that is when you get things and don't have time to get them away. And I found that is from Michelle McKillop, and I can't remember where I got that from. And then I do have this massive nest that I thought we will go through together. So something like that, I hope, so I'm getting so relaxed. I just don't even check these things. I've done a lot of that work, and I've got, yeah, so maybe that's representative of adding. So we're adding 2025 to 2024 Christmas, if that makes sense. This has got everything in it. It's got a big Sanderson, which won't go on there. I like that, but it might be too much of the colour. There's a beautiful little needle point. So I could really be calling this a scrappy make, couldn't I? Haven't seen her for a while. I've chopped that off something. So you mightn't be too bad. These beautiful lips of, so this is the usable box. Remember, that would go. It's left over from me chopping it up for something else. So I'm sort of gravitating towards pinks. There's a spare thread. A little bit of cherry there. Oh, I haven't done Mum's pouch yet. Okay, there's not all, oh, there's a beautiful sun. And what about this? It's a little bit more of their leftovers as well. Maybe a little bit, no. Okay, so is this what you do? I just rifle around. And you can't really call them scrap piles when they look that beautiful in a nest. This is my giantest nest that I want to put a little bit more in the to prop her up a bit, but she's pretty. Okay, and she just goes down like that. Okay, so let's have a little chat about if you were me, what would you be doing? And what I'm going to do is say that this part up here, do I need to come out a little bit more for you today? I'm not sure. You get to see the mess of the nest, but this is all white because it's the linen. I'm not good at this. See, that seems a little bit too wild. But these flowers look like they belong. This looks like it belongs. So let's start thinking about some diagonals and some colour. I don't know what will belong in the middle there. Actually, that in the right spot would go. I do like that and that. Okay, now scissors. So what are you working on? Is it madly stitching for presents and decorations? I've decided I want to make some bunting, which I've never made. So I was watching Corinne this morning, and she was working on her Christmas table runner, and I think that's what sparked this memory for me as well, because she was in the room at the Green Door this time last year. And I watched Christina this morning, as well as Christine. So it, yes, it was like, yeah, watch my friends Saturday morning while I was rolling my the hand-dyed wool that I did yesterday into the giant ball, and then I will make it into skeins. It'll probably be later tonight. Now I can share with you that I've got that excited feeling, and I'm sure you might know what I mean, where I've got a Saturday night in. My husband has just headed off to the theatre with a friend. I could have gone, but I said no, thank you. And he had dinner before he went. So he said, are you right if I just eat whatever I like? And I said, yes. So he had leftovers. And it's just dawned upon me that I have something in the freezer that I haven't had for weeks and weeks, because I was very healthy in India, and it's a lot of vegetarian, which was yummy, yummy, yummy. And I haven't really had meat since I've come back. I've had fish because I do like fish. But guess what? Katie is going to be like, when you're younger and you can have anything you want if your parents are away. I'm going to cook myself. Can you guess? This is a true reveal. Chicken nuggets. Because I have them in the freezer for my little ones when they come to visit, and it's just, I associate that with children and fun times. It's the only time. And so I thought I'll have a kids meal, and that will be my introduction back into a different diet. Okay. It's a little bit funny, isn't it? Okay, so I've been snipping some little bits. I sort of think that beautiful needle point could go in there, and then I'm going to regrow colour out from there. I like that yellow. Now, there were lots of pins, so yes, I've got the dribbles in my nose. I have to say, I'm sorry, but this room is down the back of the house, and I've got these beautiful hydrangeas that are now halfway up my window, but something out there creeps in through the window and I start to drip, and it's not a very nice sound. Okay, this one is messy, but it is a flower that comes from the same pattern as here and here. So I'm going to thread paint that, and we might balance. This is something's not strong enough there, so I wonder, we're doing flower to flower, garden to garden. Flower to flower, one flower at a time. That's what I just say to myself, is my mantra when stuck. Yep, so that could go there. Get the scraps out of the way. Feel like we could also brighten up. So I think that's it. Probably a little bit dull, and 1, 2, 3, 4, that's an uneven number. Nope. Nope. So it's one of those pieces that as it evolves, I have to it doesn't come as easily. And now I'm desperate for pins. Will that stay on if I take that pin out? Yes, it will. Okay. I like that there because it's sort of cuddling and not really going over any embroidery. This, I like that frilly bit. Got some writing there. Oh, and I haven't done these. I've chosen these because, unlike that bit of applique, it's beige on the background. I've missed my little flowers, the work of other hands. I've been lucky to have a happy home day, which means I just feel so blessed to have one of those anytime, and especially at a time where there's lots going on and lots of social occasions. And I've got so much done. In fact, did I have one yesterday as well? Maybe. So it's getting the creative juices going again. There we are. Put that in the nest. So it's about layering and celebrating. So I love that knitted border. Do you know, after saying that little yellow suffix is worrying me, because it's a bit plain and it's a beautiful colour, but I will put that somewhere else to celebrate. So underneath it is a bit more red. Oh, that was a big suffix puff. Can't remember. Oh, but that's beautiful. So that looks better, doesn't it? Well, I think so. Sorry, I'm just asking you a rhetorical question and then answering it. Oh, nose strip station. I like that because it's more tonally that grows in, and that suffix puff now looks like a flower. So I'm happy with that. Now, where are all those other little bits? Caught in my scissors. Okay, let's just look at that without, yeah, let's leave that there. This is very red now. I've got the purple here, which also mightn't be right. It's not right. So this might be more about an unpicking than a stitching. Curating is what we call it. Because you know how much I love these little pansy pieces, but I think I was in a rush to get some texture on. And it reminds me, I've got that whole doily under there that came in the kit, which now that red relates to that. So isn't that beautiful? So that will not be wasted. Oh, I said that so strongly, it came out very loud. Oh, sorry. But I am enjoying playing in the garden. See, then we might end up layering not quite right, flower to flower, something like that, and then the right piece will come under there. Which might be that. this is a bit blue, so let's tuck that under there. Sorry, and I keep taking my glasses off because my nose is dripping, which doesn't quite make sense. And yeah, so I hope you're stitching away and doing your own things, because this is just me keeping you company, I think, as I play with this beautiful mix of vintage pieces. Yeah, that's good. So I'll zoom you in maybe to show you what I'm doing there. So this one will go somewhere else, but I'll tuck that under there. Yep, I'm liking that more. Let's play around with our... See, this Sanderson pink is just beautiful and goes with everything. So if we put her there, we've got, it's not quite diagonal, but we've got pink, 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 and then that's getting richer as we expand out. Now, sometimes we don't have, let's have a look in this nest. Seeing it's inspiration time. Now it's a bit close. Sorry about the dizziness, but it's Christmas. What is that? Oh gosh, that's my quilt from yesterday. My block. It's not in the right container because I haven't put it away. Keep those ones out. Oh, I love that. Oh, there's my O for joy. We won't use it on this piece. There's that beautiful yellow embroidery, this heart and a bird. Who knows? Why am I in here? I just needed, I don't think orange for this piece. That's pretty. Yep. Oh, teddy bear. I'll just leave it out for the moment. My mum's half slip. Oh, another flower. Okay. What did that achieve? Not much, but it was fun. I think that's too bright for this piece. But it does need brightening up. See this little area here. Has some possibilities. Not whole. Oh, there's a pin, but it might help with this green actually. That's from a tea towel, not too dark. That is really a scrappy, so we'll keep the pink and put that away. This is a better flower than the one I put there. And that way we could keep the original. Okay, and it's more worked than that one. I don't need that braid. Don't need that pink. see now, look at that. This is a giant flower, but it just plonked down over there. And now because we've got these colours moving, it could actually work. I tend to like a big flower though up there, which is what's going to happen. I'm going to rescue this bit of bead sack because that does not belong there. I'd be interested. Do you go back and rework and add? Or once they're finished, you might give them to someone else. This one is a forever piece, so I think me reworking it and sharing it is actually part of its story. Because my eye is different and my materials are different. Oh, and my strength. That means that wanted to turn into a little frill, so we'll keep that there. I think that was from Miss Rose's to Violet, not sure. Okay, so big decision was I need this flower up here. Now it does cover up that script, so we'll take that off. Yes, 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 yes. And then, so, because remember I was seeing this is a pot holder from Kansas, and I put that little bit on there. I think that will probably need another layer on top of that. So it might be that that little bit comes off as well. Yep, I like that there. Where are other little bits? So I still, see it keeps, oh, I put that one there, which is low battery now. It's like since India, this, I'm not right in the groove yet. I see something, a beautiful little tiny thing in the middle of that would be beautiful. Happy with that? So I was going to say, I've got this bit up here, so it's good to balance. And I could put this here. I've got that beautiful, I think that was from Terry. Hello, Terry. Happy Thanksgiving to all my US friends. Hello to Kate, Flora Kate, who's not at home and back in her family home for Thanksgiving. I know that's been very special. Just try and get that shadow off there. A bit of red here. What else did I say I was going to use? So now I could balance that big flower there down here. Yes. Start going into this green bit. I think by next time I'll have taken off that big, I've stuffed that in the nicest possible way, and I love that, but it's too beige. So I'll either have to find something to go over it, which defeats the purpose of that. And maybe that green, maybe it's, what can I do? Because I love the texture. And I was trying to make a little flower. It's not coming to me yet. but I do like the idea of a little bit of yellow pop somewhere. Down here. That's much more cake in the nesty, isn't it? I'm just thinking how to make it a flower is what's in the back of my head. How does it join on? It's got a curve here, and that little flower could go to there. So we're getting a little bit more pop. This might have something over the top. I think I'm going to stop there, my friends. I have had such a good time doing this one. I love this piece. And what have I got? A month? No, I haven't got a month. Oh, just nearly a month to keep working on it, to have it ready for the family Christmas. So still a lot to go. And I've made more work for myself, but it's better to reflect. That one's really, I don't feel good about that. See, even putting that yellow there gives, it's like a flower. It's missing its center, but I might change that doily because it's so beautiful by itself. So still all of this to work on. But for the moment, thank you so much for being with me. I hope you've managed to stay out there. I'm going to go and pick some hydrangeas, put them in a big vase, and cook myself some chicken nuggets. So from my happy home to yours, from the nest, as always, yeah, I'm so grateful for your company. Have a good time, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.